Hey there again. It is Wednesday, April 10th, and I think the last video I made was very early Tuesday morning, about 2:30 in the morning. And so I wanted to catch you up on what's been happening since then. About 4:30 in the morning on Tuesday, my bowels started to wake up. I started having gas, actually went to the bathroom and started passing very little bit of stool and gas. And that went on through the morning. The residents came in probably about 7, I think, that morning. And they actually started me on sips of water, like a small medicine cup of water every hour for that day, just to see how I tolerated things. Then the residents came back in the afternoon, as they do with the surgeon, and he said, "How did you feel?" I felt fine all day. I was going to the bathroom. Again, not a lot of stool, but still passing gas and things. And so he put me right away on a minimal residue diet, which is like mashed potatoes, mac and cheese, bagel, eggs, simple things to digest. And of course not starting out with a lot. So that started last night, so I just had a few things. I didn't have a lot to eat. And then they removed my pain pump with the Dilaudid about 8 o'clock. They also removed my main IV. They left the IV line in my arm just in case, but they removed the IV itself. So as of last night, I went on oral pain meds as needed. I could take 2 Vicodin every 4 hours. And probably about 9 or 10 o'clock, I noticed I was getting really achy just up in my shoulders and my neck, and everything was just really sore. I took 2 Vicodin before I went to bed. And then I woke up at 3 in the morning and felt really, really good. I talked with the nurse, and she said that soreness and achiness I was having, along with the headache, could have been withdrawals from the Dilaudid, because it's a powerful narcotic. So I'm assuming that's what that was. And then I went to the bathroom at 3. It was kind of watery, not bad, and not a whole lot of it. Then at 5, I got up and went to the bathroom again. And then the residents came in about 5:30. They changed the bandage on my incision for the first time, which, by the way, I don't know if you can see the drainage a little bit through the tape. They took the bandage off, the original one, looked at it and put a new bandage on. They said this drainage should start going away in 2 to 3 days. And the reason there's drainage is they did use staples, but because this incision was what they call kind of a dirty incision, meaning there was stool that had been around there with the stoma, they kind of left it open a little bit, even though it's stapled, so it can kind of heal from the inside out. And they said that drainage should stop in 2 to 3 days, so, but I can still shower and everything. But anyways, I saw them about 5 o'clock, and they said, well, if you tolerated your food well and you do well today, we may send you home tonight, meaning Wednesday evening. And then about 9 o'clock, I would say, maybe 7 or 8, I started going to the bathroom pretty much once an hour, and it was all liquidy. And I actually kept a chart that the nurse from the surgeon's office during pre-op gave me, and it has a clock on it, and you basically mark when you had a bowel movement. There's a log you can use to tell you if it was liquid, pasty, or formed. And you can see, like, I went at 3 o'clock, 5 o'clock, between 6 and 7, 7 and 8, 8 and 9, 9 and 10, all the way through. And they were all watery. And I was feeling a lot of gas, a lot of sharp gas pains, a little bit of nausea. I really didn't have an appetite. I started really thinking back to the second surgery about how hard it was to stay hydrated. And I was concerned about that because they had taken my IVs out. So I had a pretty crappy day. Thank God for the calmoseptine ointment to put on my butt, because it's pretty raw from going to the bathroom and all that liquid stool. But the surgeon came through with the residents probably about 3 o'clock, was very reassuring, and said it's not uncommon to have your gut react this way, because the lower half of the small intestine was basically asleep for 12 weeks. And so now we're asking it to wake up, and so we were waiting for it to wake up, which it did, but now it's almost hyper-reactive. And he said it should start to calm down. We don't want you going home with this many bowel movements, but we'll monitor it for the next 24 hours or so. So after that, it seemed like things started to thicken up on their own anyways. They're not super thick, but they're much better than they were. The bowel movements have decreased in frequency. I think I had one at 3:30, and then I was able to go all the way to about 7:15, and then I had one at 8, and I haven't had one since, and it's 9 o'clock now. So I'm already noticing some changes. I feel better. I was able to actually eat a relatively full dinner. I had a turkey meatloaf with mashed potatoes and a dinner roll, a chocolate shake, and some angel food cake. I spaced that out over an hour. I didn't eat all that together. And I've been drinking water throughout the day. So I'm glad that they didn't send me home too early, as much as I kind of was thinking the surgery was going to be quick and I'd be home. I'd rather wait till things have normalized a little bit. And I have really been using those Depends undergarments because I have had a little bit of leakage of stool. Nothing major, but a couple drops here or there, so it's good to protect the underwear and the hospital pants and stuff. So that's where I'm at right now. I'm not sure how much longer I'm going to be in the hospital. I'll check back in with the surgeon tomorrow afternoon and his team. We'll see how I feel. I'm expecting I'll probably go home either Thursday night or Friday morning. So we'll see how things go. But I definitely feel like I turned the corner finally this afternoon. I was a little bit nervous earlier in the day, but things seem to have shifted, so that's a good thing. So until next time.